EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Cincinnati Bengals. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier.
On every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
That's good.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Burrow now off the bootleg. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
First and 10.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
A play fake to Montgomery, now Foles. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now Foles. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Foles. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate, and it's 3rd and 4. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's Foles. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
David Montgomery.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. First down, Chicago.
to throw now on first down. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Makes the score Bears 7, Bengals nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On second down, here's Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. That'll bring up second down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Made by Robert Quinn. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Bears 7, Bengals nothing.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well, because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Gould with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Watch the slant, watch the slant, watch the slant. Mike's 59.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Able to shake him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Khalil Mack in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example, right? Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. But credit that sack to Robert Quinn. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or
very
lights
quickly.
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
16 yards, a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And that'll bring up second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Foles on the give to Montgomery. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 39. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Running for it, Montgomery. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
That's going to be caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Bears' 4-yard line.
Another try for Mixon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Taken down right.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal. Burrow. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. And that one makes it 14-7.
Good. Makes the score Bears 14, Bengals 7. Jason.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And firing a deep ball for Komet. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Their own 34-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
He'll let this fly deep for... Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Trey Quinn, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
The game at 14. Jason Sanders set to kick.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together, could get into field goal.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
Two things you can do in that situation. Run it and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bengals drive about to get going. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them mid-order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for A.J. Green. Incomplete. Jalen Johnson.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got him in, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first down and then some. Give them 29 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
The ball carrier taken down at the 43-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
And that takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Not easy for Nick Foles and the Bears now. 3rd and long after the sack. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going up top for Miller. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He'll air this one out for... This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Jason Sanders for the extra point.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 12.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
That'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll give it to Mixon. Give him 9 yards on the carry there. A good run. And now second and goal.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness. Just about got him into the end zone.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Again, it's Mixon. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up third and goal. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Buying time to his left. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Now a run with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little game. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. So second and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 16 yards, a first down.
A gain of 16
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
for David Montgomery.
Many times the mindset of a play caller after a quarterback's thrown an interception on the previous drive is to come right back and give them a throw to get their confidence back. Give them something easy, get a completion, kind of get them settled again. Instead, this ball was tipped in the air and almost turned into an interception. Offense trying to make a big play, defense trying to make a big play, turned into an incompletion. So now maybe they can back off a little bit, try to relax him, and get him something that'll work.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for first and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A gain of 19 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Complete to Anthony Miller.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Complete to Darnell
Mooney. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter.
21 apiece.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
30-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Mixon again, the ball
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now Joe Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch it. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 18. A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Now Burrow on 1st down. Airing one out for Boyd. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I think it's okay that they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Montgomery. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, second down. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
It's a gain of 6.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Garoppolo to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Boy, Charles, what a critical call in a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage. You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case, remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL, a spot foul where it occurs.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
When we say the game's on the line, I don't think we're overstating it here. These next few plays could very well decide this one. Advantage defense there on 1st and goal as they're able to get in and force the loss on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have broken the tie. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
The score, Bears 28, Bengals 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Here we go with Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He's back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Burrow's pass complete to Joe Mixon.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Back at his own 49.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Bears, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here.